Hey Monica, today I actually had a place to go in a car and I went there with my oldest.
It's a video.
It's a video, we're going to vote! Yay!
Voting, voting, voting.
I had wondered how much of the process I could video, so I researched voting selfies before I went, and it turns out some states allow it and others don't. Some fear that vote buying and intimidation could happen if they allow photos of the ballots, and others fear that freedoms of speech could be trampled if they don't allow it. Turns out Texas law prohibits wireless communication devices within 100 feet of a voting station. So just to be careful, this is the last video I took. There's the community college. We're going to vote. Hey, we're going to vote. And sure enough, before we could go into the big room where it all went down, the guy at the door asked us to pocket our cell phones. I know it's hard, he said, to experience your hand without a phone in it, but that's the way it's got to be as long as you're in this room. Station 1 was a no-mask guy behind a plexiglass shield. He took my driver's license, squinted at me, and then started typing some things into his computer. I gestured to the mask line at the just beneath my eyes, and I said, "So you're sure it's me from here on up?" He chuckled, gave me back my driver's license and a ballot and a Q-tip, and he said, "It works better on the machines than a finger, and it's more sterile." Station 2 was a guy with a mask, but no plexiglass. In front of him was a row of ballpoint pens on paper towels, next to what looked like an open package of baby wipes. He took my ballot and he printed out a sticker, which he gave to the guy on his right, who was behind plexiglass and had a mask up to his mustache. He gave me back my ballot and said, "Take a sterilized pen and sign the sticker." So I grabbed a pen and I shuffled left. The mustache guy stuck the sticker to the paper, slid it under the plexiglass. I signed it, dropped the pen in the cup. Then I turned to the sea of voting booths, armed with my ballot and my Q-tip. There were maybe 50 booths in the room, and probably about 15 of them were in use at the time, so I found a really lonely one on the end of a row. I inserted my ballot, and I used my Q-tip to press a square at the top of the screen, and nothing happened. I pressed a little bit harder, and then I realized that it was an example photo and not a touchscreen point. So then I Q-tipped the next button at the bottom, and sure enough, it advanced to the next screen. The Q-tip really did work better than a finger. So then I voted. Q-tip vote, Q-tip vote, Q-tip vote, Q-tip next, review, 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 Q-tip confirm, Q-tip print. I removed my freshly printed ballot and followed the arrows to the ballot drop boxes by the exit. The ballot drop box lady looked around and then gestured to one of the ballot drop boxes and said, "This one's open. You just insert your ballot here and then wait to make sure that you see the thank you screen. It's not official unless you get the thank you screen." It sounded like it might take a couple seconds, so after I inserted my ballot, I glanced over at the I voted sticker table and I noticed they had hand sanitizer there, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll hand sanitize there as well as in the car when we get back. When I glanced back at the screen, it said, "Please insert ballot." It was quite possible that I had missed the thank you screen. I asked the lady if I had missed it. She came over to investigate. She peered at the screen. She pressed it in a lot of what seemed to be pretty random ways. Nothing happened. She looked deeply into the slot where you put the ballot. Nothing happened. I asked her if I was her first voter, and she said no, I was her fourth. I was her fourth voter. That's when my oldest walked up. She said she had watched her screen the whole time, and the thank you came up very quickly and only lasted a couple seconds. I had missed it. I told the lady. She didn't seem convinced. She kept poking the screen and looking in the slot. I told her I was convinced. At which point I think that won her over because she switched to her exit speech and pointed us to the table where we got our I voted stickers and we sanitized our hands. And then we used our backs to push out several doors until we were outside. And I got to enjoy this really great coconut smelling hand sanitizer all the way to the car. We voted! Woo! It's funny sometimes how ordinary things can feel adventurous. I wonder if you've had any adventures in ordinary things lately. I'll talk to you next week.